Here's a chance right off the face-off shot. Scores! Team Finland dent the twine first. It's Sami Pietzalo. Pietzalo scores, and I was just about to say, George, the Finns have somewhat been known to play somewhat of a North American hybrid in their game. They can forecheck. They can do those things. And right there, they just showed you how to win a face-off and score a goal.
Well, and it was that little diminutive player, Kangas, who made the play to Tony Lampo. And Lampo, who was a star in Kosice, hasn't gotten off the schneid yet, but that's a big goal right there. Big goal for him. They need that line to score. Well, Pietzalo scored.
Team Finland, 5 minutes in, open to scoring. Here's Chiba for the Czech Republic. Shot, whistles wide. Czech Republic now going to go back to that cycle game down low. Lampy goes in to help out. Lampy, he takes a body. Czechs come away with the ball. There's a shot blocked in front. Robel's shot, second attempt, comes out to the point. Chiba. Heinz Kubik. Kubik shot right on. Laine with the save. Back to the point. Czech Republic moving around. Can't get the shot through, and here comes Finland on the counterattack. Team Finland down behind the Czech goal. On the stick of Jakov Vormina. Vormina, he cycles back out the front net. Ball's going to come back to the point to Kakkonen. Kakkonen shot blocked. Way come to Czech Republic, and we're going to get our first penalty call of the game as number 97, Kakkonen, tied up the Czech Republic player, and Czech Republic will go to the power play, and that is probably just what the doctor had ordered for the Czech team.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking penalties in the neutral zone. And Steve, thanks for correcting me. Pietzalo scored, but that line of Pietzalo, Kangas, and Lampo has not been lighting the lamp like they were in Kosice. Got to get going. And here, the Czechs got their vaunted power play, needing to get them back in this game quickly.
Vrobel lining up for the face-off. And the Czechs will no doubt be looking at him on the half wall. And I'm looking for Thomas Cadell out on that power play, and I don't see him. Is that a new wrinkle by the Czech team?
They haven't been using him. They got Fafar on the point, or they used Pospisil.
Jan Pospisil, a definite veteran in this Czech team. And very, very skilled. Fifar. Cross feed pass. Here's Robel in the slot. That's the guy they want the ball on the stick of right there in the slot. Thomas Robel. Back to the point. Little game of catch going on out top. Czech Republic looking for that quality shot. They've tightened up the box. There's a shot right on, but Laine is there. Not only to make the save, but no rebound. 1:30 still left in the power play.
Laine's taking off where he came from. He played really well against Canada. And to win, you need solid goaltending, as you said, Steve. And he's really being a wall right now.
The Czech Republic, it's almost a curse. The last 4 quarterfinals, win or lose, they've run into really hot goaltenders. Back with Daniel Medeiros of Portugal and the India goalie Deep Tour back in Pardubice. They've almost had disaster in quarterfinals, but they're just that strong. They generally hold on. On the power play here now. Will Laine be the next thorn in the Czech side? Cross crease pass, that doesn't go through. Good job by the Czech defenders the Finnish defenders keeping the Czechs to the outside. That ball, it stays inside. The Finnish bench didn't like it. Now they have a chance to clear, and they do so. Fired all the way down the floor. That'll give Team Finland a much-needed line change. Over halfway through this first power play opportunity of the game. Team Finland 1, Czech Republic, no score. 6:50 left to go in game 1 of the quarterfinal Saturday here at Place Belle Laval, Quebec, Canada. Czech Republic now. It's Jan Beely. Beely back for Philip. Philip. Back to Philip in the point. Wines fires, partially blocked. Chance for the Finns to clear, and they do so. And George, such a big part of this ball hockey game is shot blocking.
It is, and the Finns really do a good job of it. But let's see what the Czechs do to answer that here.
Philip on the point now. Going to put it down low. Czechs, no net front presence at all. And you got to think the Finns don't mind that. They'll just let them fire away from out top and take the chances that line A will stop all them. Power play is over. Teams back to even strength now. Finland settling in, playing some one-on-one Canadian-style defense. Czech Republic out from the side. Finns fires. That one caught the post. Nice shot there off the stick of Adam Kubik. Team Finland counterattacking now. Mikko Hyvänen. Hyvänen down low, can't get it. Here's a chance there. Wrist shot, whistles wide. And Team Czech Republic comes away. They've got some numbers, 3-on-2. Good hard back check by Finland to stop that chance. And a great defensive play by the Finns coming back in transition. That's Jani Vatanen. Jani Vatanen, a strong defenseman for this Finnish program. Vatanen moves the ball across. Coming back up the floor, turned away. That's a poor pass there. Czech Republic in transition. Turn it over just inside the Finnish blue line, however. Finland under some pressure now, and George, we see it already starting to open up a little bit as far as forechecking go. No more sitting back right now. Here's a shot off the foot of a Czech player. That's an unforgivable mistake. The Czech Republic kicking to the bench. We'll have a face-off outside, and yeah, you can see they're starting to pressure more already.
Yeah, the urgency's coming. And another new player to keep an eye on is number 6, Lampi of Finland. He's just taken up ball hockey, and he's a little bit of a dancing reindeer out there, so he can really run. Keep an eye on 6.
And George doesn't say that just because he likes Christmas. That guy can move is what he means. 4:43 left to go here in period 1. 1-0 Finland over the Czech Republic in the quarterfinal action here at the 2022 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Big games coming up here today at Place Bell, and all the action will be right here. Face off, won by the Czechs. Wrist shot, just misses. Shot on the side, can't get it out. Czech Republic keep it in. Now a chance for Finland to clear. Sikola, he moves it down the wall. Good job there by number 88, Jan Pospisil, to keep it out. Team Czech Republic, wrist shot. That one goes high off the netting. Ball still in play here. Robel turns and fires. Czechs just throw it out front, hoping someone's there. No room at the end, though, there. One-on-one battle. Good defensive play there by Lampi. Lampi does look like a dancing reindeer out there. He looked like a reindeer just had he suppered in as he sat the Czech player down. Here's a chance, whistles wide. Czechs now showing a little moxie on the forecheck, giving the Finns some pressure. Lampi tried to get a ball around, got his pocket pick. Chance out front. Laine's got to be careful. Ball's hitting in the crease. Shot right on, and Laine got a piece of that, and the Team Finland's got to fire it down for flooring, and they are tired. A big opportunity coming up here for Czech.
Well, that's the beauty of the Napper cage and the high screen. Boy, oh boy, you got to really have it in your heart to play man-on-man, player-on-player defense for those viewers watching. You really got to dig down deep.
There's a smart lift there by Team Finland. That'll allow them to get at least three players off in the line change. They needed that. Jan Bieli tips that one in deep. No flooring called. Finland. Antti Lidis walking out for Finland. Into the hands of Ionen. Pass goes across the line. Might have been an offside call there. The referee had to jump out of the way. Finland now, they've got some offensive floor time for a moment. Here's Heinen. Heinen pulling across. That one was almost stolen there by number 20, Jaakko Vornimina. Vornimina keeps it in. Finland now trying to cycle a little on their own. Finland back to the point. Throwing down low for Heinovina. Good defensive play there by the Czech Republic. You can tell the referee, I like that. Just tell the player to get up and keep playing. Czechs, line change. Both teams making changes. Czech Republic hold on the ball in their other end, and gonna have a penalty call on that one for body contact, I believe. And Team Finland probably not going to like that one, but the body was played, and the Czech Republic will go back to the power play.
Yeah, he closed them off on the boards, breaking forward motion. We allow shoulder to shoulder But as that player was turning and proceeding to the forecheck, he was cut off, and the refs made the call there. And here again is the Czech power play. And whether it's 5-on-5 or 5-on-4, the Czechs love offensive face-offs, and you got to win your draws in these situations.
Robel was centering the last power play. Now he's on the point for the one-timer, and he got it right away. Thomas Robel with a rocket. And I think Laine might have got a piece of it. Robel, they want to tee him up over there. You can tell he wants it too. Ball work right now on the left side. Philip down low. The Czechs mixing and matching defensemen and forwards on their power play. Everybody is like a Jackie Moon. They're all playing rover coach. Ball comes back to the point. Czechs shot. They're looking for that shot pass on the side of the net. Couldn't find a Robel. He gets it back to the point. Two forwards on the point is Kruchek and Robel. Both operating. Kruchek fires. That one goes over the top of the net. Back for Kruchek again. Kruchek down low. Back for Kruchek. Shot. Laine got a piece of that one. That's a great save there by the Finnish goaltender. Robel for Kruchek. Kruchek in the slot. Scores! Power play goal. Jan Muller takes the pass from Kruchek, and the Czech Republic, a well-oiled power play machine.
For those of you watching, that's a beautiful power play. The way they moved the ball around, didn't take any chancy passes, and look for the sure thing. They worked it to the slot, and bingo bango, they beat Liani.
I'm not sure, George, but I think the Czechs ran 5 forwards on that power play. So it was 5 forwards indeed, and they tossed the ball around like they owned it. 1-1, 1:39 left to go, and it's been all Czech Republic this period. Shots on goal right now, 11-3 in favor of the Czechs. They have been dominant. A couple of power plays certainly have not hurt their cause. But right now, and there's a long shot that goes in, and you were talking about momentum is a funny thing. Laine could not see that one, and the shot comes from the point. And that must be a first goal for someone because they ran and got that ball pretty quick.
Yeah, that's probably it. I saw Jan Beely going. But those are the kind of goals, and Liani has played so well. But those are the kind of goals that can break a team's spirit. However, I think the Finnish team must answer back because their goalie has really done a great job to keep them here. So lots of time. The Finnish team has always battled right to the end, and let's hope they rebound from that goal.
I got to think if you're Team Finland, you want this 128 to tick off quickly so you can get back to the dressing room and regroup, and they certainly can. The talent is there. Face off. Ball goes all the way down into Finnish territory. Juuso Nieminen comes away. Nieminen gets by one player. Nieminen. Little touch pass, going to send the ball down low for the attacking Jakov Vornemina. Vornemina out to the point. Ball comes past the line. Czech Republic's got some numbers. Luckily for Finland, good move there by the defenseman, keeping it out. Ball to the line, but not out. We're going to have a penalty call. This one's going to go against the Czech Republic, I believe. Have a little discussion going down behind the players. Not quite sure who the penalty is on, to be honest. I believe it is against Czech Republic. Just under a minute left to play, and George, power play is going to be augmented here. It's separated by a minute. What are your thoughts? Did you like that as a coach, or would you rather have the 2 minutes?
I'll take a power play anytime, Steve, but that being said, we've had 2 penalties in the neutral zone. These are well-coached teams. That's just got to drive you crazy. It's unnecessary. There's no scoring chance there. They got to settle down, the players.
Team Finland win the face-off. Vitanen. Down low, back for Lauri Vitanen. Vitanen, the quarterback of this Finnish power play. Going to work the ball back to him again. 40 seconds left. Looking to find a shot are the Finns. It's Kangas. Kangas on the board. Back for Kangas now. Got it through. Couldn't get the rebound. Kangas back for Vitanen. Vitanen's shot blocked in front. Chance for the Czech Republic to clear. And they indeed do so. Laine forced to come out of the net and play the ball, and he will move it to his counterpart. Good job there by the Czech Republic on that forecheck. Only 12 seconds left to go in this opening frame. 2-1. Czech Republic. Here's Lampo. Back for Vatanen. They're going to need to get a shot here. 5 seconds left. Into the slot. Lampy, the dancing reindeer, as George Gortzos calls him, couldn't get the shot off. And the time expires. Czech Republic killed the first half of the penalty off. But Team Finland will have a power play opportunity to start the second. First period in the books. Quarterfinal action. Czech Republic 2, Finland 1. We'll be back for the call of the second period.
Après une période de jeu, c'est 2-1 pour la Czechie. After one period of play, it's 2-1. Czech Republic. Les tirs au but, les shots en goal. Pour la Tchéquie, 12. Pour Czech Republic, 12. Et pour la Finlande, or Finland, 3.
All right, we are back. Second period about ready to get underway. Team Czech Republic in white, 2. Team Finland in blue, 1. Finland on the power play for another minute to start this second period off. And the Finland power play, really, they don't need a lot to get going. They can create opportunities out of nothing at all, frankly. Maybe like a camel gets water from a desert, but they really need to get one on this power play, George.
Yes, they do. It's a big time is moving away from them in the napper cage, and they got to take advantage of this.
Finland will move the ball up on top. Czech Republic very active with their sticks and the box. It's not a stationary box in this penalty kill at all. They are really jumping and moving, trying to keep the Finns at bay. Vatanen back down for Lampe. Back to Vatanen. Tampin's going to switch spots with Lampo. Lampo back to Vatanen. Vatanen puts one down to the left side low. A couple of head fakes, a juke and a jive, but nothing happening. Going back down low. There's a pass in the slot. Couldn't get the shot off. Great job by the Czech Republic closing that box. There's a shot. That one whistles wide and high off the top of the net, and the penalty is over. Team Finland did not record a shot on that power play. Ball back to the point. Vatanen keeps it in. Vatanen puts it all the way down low. On the sticks of Tony Lampo. Lampo behind the net. Finland's got their scoring line out there. Lampo got that pass, but a good job there by Lucas Lahota for Czech Republic to take away scoring chance. Vlakov's Schlaffer. Schlaffer puts the ball all the way down the floor. No flooring is called. Good non-call there by the officials. Team Finland now got to get back to work. 5-on-5. It's been all Team Czech Republic so far. We got a Czech player down on the floor. He got up under his own strength. That was Radomir Vanek. Vanek has gone to the bench. Not quite sure what happened there. If he got a stick or his face hit the floor or if his feelings were hurt, we're not quite sure. But he is off. Early stages, second period. Team Czech Republic 2. Team Finland 1. Steve Power and ISBH President George Gortzos. No lies, no deceit, the real deal here at Place Bell at the 2022 International Street and Ball Hockey Federation World Championships. Czech Republic win the faceoff. Pospisil. Jan Pospisil, I think, has been playing ball hockey for 30 years, George. He's definitely, I remember him back in 2013 in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Well, I remember him back in 2009, and Hansa Pospisil is one of the greats of our sport and a real great guy. And, players should look at him. He's really still an influential player in his mid-30s.
Jan Pospisil, a rock on that Czech blue line. Here come the Czech Republic. On the attack, Martin Kruček. Kruček turns it over. Team Finland in transition. Nice move there. Coming down low is Mikko Jakala. Jakala can't handle two Czech defenders in the corner. Ball gets out to the point, kept in. Player goes down. Zanik. Here's a chance for the Czech Republic. They've got a 3-on-1 developing. Shot. Scores! Finds the hole underneath the pad. And Team Finland looking for the penalty call in the neutral zone. Whereas Team Czech Republic said, no, thank you. We'll take a 3-on-1. It's 3-1 for the Czechs.
Yeah, that's a tough goal, but the Czechs put it away. They had the opportunity. The game ebbs and flows. Sometimes you get calls, sometimes you don't. But you have to be ready to defend. And in this particular time, the Czechs got a 3-on-1 and put it away. And they're ahead 3-1. Next goal's a big one, we say, Steve.
Absolutely. Lots of time to check in here. Mind the pun. But Team Finland needs one here because, George, I'm afraid with the way the Czech Republic look right now, if the Czechs get another one, you might be able to stick a fork in the Finns. They might be done. But let's hope they come back. We love good ball hockey games here at the World Championships. Pukima coming out behind the net. He's got his pocket picked by Team Czech Republic. There's a chance down low. Shot just misses as Bealey almost put the game away there with that one. Czech Republic have really stepped up the forecheck here now. They are all over Team Finland, not letting them come out. Finns pass up the middle. That's a good ball there. In the line change at the bench. They find their man there. Ball gets off a foot. Bealey fights for it. Possession. Ball goes back into Finnish territory. Good job by Team Finland. They'll regroup. Going to finish a line change. Czechs, they notice that. They put the ball out to the neutral zone. Luckily for Finland, it escapes the goal line. I was about to call it the red line. Here it's a goal line. Team Finland in transition. Throw one to the net. There's a shot. Can't find its way through. First Finland shot in a while. We'll have a penalty here. And the Czech player is saying that the Finnish player stepped on his stick, and he might be right. But no one's opinion counts except for the man with the stripes. And he says it's 2 minutes for tripping.
You know, Steve, the Finns are at their best when they're deactivates. And one of the best they have is Arttu Viitanen, number 54. He was a world all-star in Kosice. And he's a guy that you're going to see him jump up in the play. And that caused the scoring chance and a penalty to be called. But the Finns need their D to activate for their offense to run.
That's a great point, George, because they cannot cycle past this Czech team. This Czech team is big. There's nobody small, maybe with the exception of Jan Bealey. Big forwards, big D, tough to cycle down low. What's not tough is winning faceoffs, and just again, the Czechs give up a face-off loss. Finland trying to score right off the draw as they did earlier in the game. Czechs, ball to the line but not out. Broken stick, player manages to get off though, so the Czechs back to 5-on-4. Team Finland still yet to record a shot. Here's Heinen. Heinen down zone, there's a pass out front, rebound. Shot, can't get it through. And a good chance there for Finland, but still couldn't get it through. Here's a chance. Finland getting a little bit too tricky there. Instead of shooting the ball, when you've got 4 shots on net through almost 30 minutes of hockey, you might want to let her fly. Back to the point now. Nieminen. Here's Nieminen. Nieminen puts it down for Heinen. Heinen down to the goal line. Finland trying to come down low, throw it up front. Good job in front of the net there by Tomas Kudela for the Czech Republic. Speaking of veterans, that's another veteran. This Czech Republic team has tons of experience and world championship pedigree. Here comes Finland now on the attack. 40 seconds remaining in the power play. Czechs with a chance to come away 2-on-1. Team Czech Republic, shorthanded opportunity. Looking for a shot, comes through. There's a shot right on, and they're trying to sneak it under the pads of Laine, and they might have seen something on some tape somewhere because we've seen a few of those sneak through. Good forecheck and penalty kill by Team Czech Republic. Here comes the goal scorer for Finland, Pietzalo. Pietzalo puts it back the other way, and Finland stacked the line trying to get possession. Kadela, he's first to the ball. He's going to hold off the Finnish player. Sorry, that's number 92, Jan Chika. Back to the point for Vatanen. Vatanen fakes the shot for Pietzalo. Back for Vatanen. Penalty is over. Pietzalo shot. That one is blocked. Teams back to even strength. Finland just throwing it to the front of the net, hoping something good is going to happen. And George, I'll say it again, the size disproportion here in these two teams. Is there any team here as big as Czech Republic?
No, and another great young big guy is Jan Šeška, 20 years old. He's about 6'3", 6'4". They got a huge team.
Team Czech Republic back to the attack. Possible 3-on-1, definitely a 2-on-1. Holds back, fires. There's a nice shot block there by Jani Vatanen on defense. Ball clears the zone. Czechs, doesn't matter. They check up and come again. Drop pass to no one, though, and Team Finland will get an opportunity. Czech coaching staff not going to like that one. But the defenseman comes in and takes over for him. Czechs looking for a slashing penalty. A lot of begging and crying going on out there. But the referee's keeping the arms down and a good job letting the players play. Here come the Czechs. Zuner Kral. Kral now with the ball. Kral just elects to put it down deep. And Team Czech Republic will take a full line change. Finland now on a counterattack halfway through period number 2. Czechs 3, Finns 1. Czech Republic definitely picking up the forechecking pressure. And he almost caused a turnover. Finland down deep. Ball is fought by Lucas Lahota. Lahota comes away with it. Ball's chipped out neutral zone. Going to go all the way down the floor. And that will indeed be a flooring call. 7-12 left to go here. And we've got, no, it's not going to be a flooring call. Apparently the referee blew the whistle in error. And it looks like they're going to drop the ball at center. A little discussion between the officials there. George, did you see that?
Yeah, I missed that. But I think if the refs felt they missed the call, they should just take it at center, and that's a fair way to do. What about Thomas Kudela? He is penalty killing, and he's still very effective there.
Kudela at one point a world all-star, and still, I got to say it again, I cannot get over how big this Czech team is and fast. They're not big like Steve Power big. They are actually big, athletic gentlemen here on the floor. Finland now. They'll take over in their own end. That's Antti Liedis. Out to the neutral zone. Ball gets outside the line. Finland. Lampo on the temp. Lampo upended there, and we'll have a call there. That will be a tripping call. Whoa, and he might have just evened it up, though. Not quite sure about that. Although the Czech Republic player, that was a cheeky move, just getting in his grill a little there. Trying to, coerce him into hitting him. He did so. Let's see if there will be an even up call. I don't think so. It's just the original tripping call. Team Finland will go to the power play. 6:38 left to go in the second period. We talked about the importance of the last one. And I can tell you this one is even more important for Team Finland.
Well, Steve, you said it. They only have 4 shots in almost, more than a period and a half. They got to shoot the pill here and try and get a goal. For a team in this game, they have to start shooting to score.
So we've got a little discussion going on between the officials and the Czech Republic bench. I think they were asking about why no retaliation. And I think that's a good call by the official. The Czech player sort of got in the grill of the other guy. And at 3-1 for the Czech Republic, that's a fairly easy call to make. So, face-off to the right of Elias Grilic in the Czech Republic goal. One thing we can say about Finland, they've been very good on face-offs here so far. Finland on the power play. Hyonen. He's going to put it down low. Finland have tried to go up. They've tried to go down, but they got to get around this great Czech penalty kill. That's how to get around it. Shot from the point. Early whistle blown there is Juuso Nieminen with a great shot from the point, and an equally good save by Gerlich from the Czech Republic.
Yeah, this is the Finns' second unit, and there you go. They worked it up top, and a shot and almost a rebound. But good goaltending by Gerlich. You need that, and he played a real good game against Slovakia. So he's just taken what he did in Slovakia into this game.
He hasn't been tested often, but they've had quality chances on him here early on. Another face-off win by the Finns. Shot, rebound off the netting. And Gerlich had to be very careful there. Nieminen comes to the center. Nieminen for Hyonen. That's a low percentage pass. Ball bounces back to Heinen. And if you're the Finns, George, I think you just got to start letting it fly.
Well, and watch for Lampe. His wrist shot is like most people's slap shot, and they look for him.
Just not sure about trying to find the seam here. There's a shooting lane. They got to take it. Finland still with a minute left to play in this all-important power play. Hyonen. Back to the point for Nieminen. Back for Hyonen. Hyonen on the right side. Going to put it down low for Jääkelä. Jääkelä back to Hyonen. Hyonen to Nieminen up top. Here's Lampe with the shot, as you called it, George. Lampe gets a quick one off. Easy save there by Gerlich. Hyonen to the front of the net, and that pass is not going to be there ever with that kind of pace on the ball. Team Czech Republic will just swat that out away with ease. 5 minutes left here in this second period. 3-1 Czech Republic. 20 seconds left in the Team Finland power play. Here's Vitanen. Vitanen just killing the penalty off himself, and you can tell something's going wrong, George, if all you've got is that little high dump. The defending team's doing something right on the PK. Ball's going to get outside, and that'll do it for the power play. The Czechs have killed off 2 in this period without giving up much. 3-1, Team Czech Republic. Vitanen now. Vitanen. He's going to come up, and Vitanen will initiate the dump in, and Jason himself. Pietzalo. He forces a pass up the wall. Fair. Long pass, just going to miss as Robel was almost sent in all alone. And if Robel's about 6'4", if he was 6'4.5", he would have had a breakaway.
You know what? Robel's had a great tournament. He's a big guy, runs well, and the Czechs look for him, and he's really had a good tournament. Him, Muller, and again, the 20-year-old Cheska, they've really been noticeable. And then you got the veterans like Jan Bealey doing his stuff. This team is playing really well, and they're hard to play against.
That was interesting, George. On that flooring call, we see Robel just walking back the floor, actually goes to the bench, talks to the coach, and wow, I can't believe the centerman wasn't thrown out of the faceoff. That is what you would call a wily veteran move by Tomáš Robel. Finland looking to get back to within 1. Here's Kadela for the Czechs. Kadela chips one behind the net. He'll find Schloffer. Schloffer up for Fafar, back for Schloffer. Schloffer for Kadela. Kadela, wrist shot, long into the neutral zone. Czech Republic going to put it in deep. Given chase by Kruček. Kruček trying to spin it away. Out to the point for Pospisil. Pospisil's shot right on. And Laine handles that one with ease. But we talk about this Czech team being veteran, and that's an example. That's something that, you won't get away with it that often, but they played it right.
They did, and there you go. There's 2 more big guys. Kruček, he's been noticeable all tournament. Zvonek, number 26. Geez, he's big too, but these guys come to play hard, man. And it all starts in their league in the Czech Republic.
3:33 left to go here in this second period. The clock not moving right now. And we hear the benches starting to catch on. There's a long dump in. Back down the floor. Kruček picks it up. Kruček's drop pass. Rebound. Scores! What a great play there by the Czech Republic as Dalomil Zvonek makes the drop pass, and there might be a little chat here as the score clock didn't move that whole play. Great goal there by the Czechs, though. And a beauty pass and an even better finish. 4-1 Czech Republic, which what we think is 3:33 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, our timekeeping booth has been on it all week, but maybe they just missed it there. It doesn't look like they're making an adjustment right now, but the Czechs have been full value for this lead right now.
All right, so here we go, 4-1. Czech Republic have had a couple of power plays. They've definitely penalty kills, and they have shut the door, and they are taking control in this one once again. Shot from the point, that one steered aside. Nice play by Laine. Laine keeping the Czech player away. Ball down low now. Good battle for Jan Šejka. Šejka back to the point, comes all the way back out to Filip. Filip down low. There's another battle behind the net. There's Nicholas Langer for the Czechs. Long for Filip at the point. Langer rebound, can't get it. Langer fighting for it. Puts it down behind the net again. Czech Republic all over Team Finland here now. Here's Bealey. Bealey takes a low percentage shot. That one's going to flip out the other side. Ball goes behind the net. The Finns need a change. They've been hemmed in here pretty good for the last minute. Good job there by Team Czech Republic holding on the ball. They don't want to give the Finns the opportunity to change. Great ball protection here by Team Czech Republic. Shorthanded penalty going to come up here, as now the Czechs have 6 on 5. It was bad enough at 5. Czechs throwing the ball around like they own it. I was asking a member from the Czech Federation if the Czech Republic had shares in the company Napper, because it looks like they own the ball out here today. Just under 2 minutes left, still 6 on 5. Finland are just gassed. That 5-man unit's been out there over 2 minutes. Czechs not in any hurry here. Good job with ball movement. They're trying to find a nice shot. Going to kick it back out to the point. Lots of room. And the Czechs very well be. George just said he thinks they might be trying to run the clock out. Maybe they are. There's not much thought here going into a shot. Vandelik. Back to the point. Aaron pass there for Chiba. Chiba's going to throw it back in. Not a whole pile happening at all. And the Finns look content to just let them run it down too. Get us out of this period. Team Czech Republic. Chiba just having a little game of catch back and forth. You wonder at some point if the referees are going to step in here and tell someone to do something. But it is in the offensive zone. Fafar back for Chiba. It could be the Czech Republic maybe lulling Finland into a little sleep here. They've had the ball on their stick now for a minute and a half with a delayed penalty coming up to Team Finland. Chiba back for down low, back to Chiba up top. And they're keeping it on the left side, the right side the whole time. Here's a shot, rebound, high in the slot, another shot, another rebound. Czechs still get it, and finally Team Finland get a stick on it. It was almost like they just got tired and said, oh, what the heck, we're going to let one fly.
Well, I think that's educated coaching, management, game management. They know they have a power play, so now they're going to start the next period with a minute and a half PP, and they just ran the clock down. Time is on their side, not the Finns, so that's just great coaching and game management.
Well, there you have it. 35 seconds left to go in this second period. The Czech Republic enjoying a 4-1 lead. Now will enjoy a power play here in the late stages of period 2. Get a different look at the Czechs. There's Muller's in the high slot this time. They've got Kruček over here on the left point. Kruček. He puts it down low. Expect to get it back for Kruček, and there it is. Kruček to the side. Time starting to disappear. 10 seconds left. You got to think the Czechs would like to dent the twine one more time here. That won't do it, and that'll get sent down the floor. And that's going to do it for this second period of play. It's been all Czech Republic in this one. Shots on goal, 20-9 in favor of Team Czech Republic. And they will take a 4-1 lead into the locker room. Quarterfinal action, Czech Republic 4, Finland 1, third period coming up.
After 2 periods of play, it's 4-1, Team Czech Republic. Pour les tirs au but, la Tchéquie 20 et la Finlande 9. For shots on goal, Czech Republic 20, Finland 9.
Well, hello. I'm looking for Steve Power, but I can't find him. He must be, I don't know where he must be, so I'm just kind of taking over. The Finns are on the power play. They must do something here, or a penalty kill, and they probably got to split this period into quadrants to try and get in back into the game, but they must have a penalty kill here. And it's Krushek on the sideboards. Krushek at the top. Krushek with the shot. It goes off the netting. And Zvonek has it. Zvonek back up to Krushek. On the side, oh, they worked that really well. Farfar. Krushek. Robol on the sideboards. Down low. Zvonek. Zvonek shoots. And it's blocked. Into the corner goes Robol. Robol with the ball. The side. Farfar, what a shot. And again, they moved that ball around expertly and really, hey, when you got a chance to put a great team down, you got to kick them when they're down. Let's face it, sports is not nice, especially at the world level. And the Czechs had a chance, and they put another nail in the coffin. It's 5-1. And here we have the expert announcer back, Steve Power.
And that Czech Republic power play brought to you by Pennzoil, a well-oiled machine once again on the power play for the Czech Republic. And a different thing in North America that we don't see in Europe, and we're going to see it now in a second, George, is if this is Canada or the U.S., they might let off the gas a little. They really might. I would be shocked if the Czechs let off the gas.
Yeah, no, they're not going to let off the gas. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on at center ice. They're talking about something. Are they looking at hockey sticks? I don't know. But they're looking down at shoes. something's going on down there, Steve. I don't know if you can make anything of it.
Yeah, maybe shin pads, perhaps, or I'm not quite sure about a tournament rule. You can see the Czech player is actually pointing at a Finnish player.
I think there's a rule that you have to wear shin pads. It's an ISBHF rule. So, maybe the Finns were questioning if a Czech player had shin pads.
Yeah, just not sure if that question to be asked when you're down 5-1 in the third period. Might ask that one in the first 2 minutes, but anyway, the play continues. And the Czech Republic fresh off their third, I believe, power play goal, if not definitely the second power play goal of the game. Ball hammered down into Finland territory. Jan Cheka comes back out of Sichka. He handles the ball, throws it out to the point. And Fafar announced as the latest power play goal scorer for the Czech Republic. Czechs will cause a stoppage in play there as a glove-to-head pass called in the offensive zone. And right now, I watched Canada play Finland last night, George, and I thought Canada played fairly well because the Finns are a good team. But I got to be frank, right now the Czechs are just making Finland look rather pedestrian.
Yes, they are, and I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of Czech national teams, as you know, Steve, playing against them and coaching against them. To me, this could be one of the best Czech teams I've ever seen. Period, full stop.
And there you have it, coming from George Kortsos. That is some pretty high praise for the Czech Republic here today. Probably a good thing to have the early quarterfinal game on a day like today, too. They get a little extra rest for tomorrow because their semifinal game, no doubt, will be a tough matchup. We talked off camera about these quarterfinal games today, and no doubt 3 of the 4 we expected to be tight affairs. Frankly, I'm a little surprised the Czechs are having their way with Finland so much here.
Yeah, Steve, I've been watching the Czechs all week. I think they've been, with all due respect, the best team here. They were the best team in my eyes through the regulation in Košice, but they're that much better now, and I'm a little bit not surprised by this. They've been playing that well, Steve.
So there you have it. Still 12:40 left to play in this one, but it certainly looks like the Czech Republic will be moving on to the semifinals. Here's Finland now looking to get some life and get back into this game and get some offense going. Finland on the attack. Czechs just going to keep them to the outside. They don't mind giving out outside shots anytime. Ball jumps over the defenseman's stick. They're going to get all the way back in their own zone. Finland, backhand pass behind the net. That's going to be picked up by Jani Vatanen. Vatanen's going to watch his mates change. Both teams going to the Price Club and getting some wholesale changes there. Pietzalo, stick handles, turns it over to Pospisil. Pospisil up for Kruchek. Kruchek loses it. Pietzalo's going to put it behind the net for Vatanen. Vatanen off the board, checked out. Here's an opportunity for Finland. Couldn't quite reach it. Ball stays in, and the dangerous Czech Republic player, Robold, has it over for the Czechs. That was Kruchek, sorry. Kruchek down low. And you said it earlier, George. Kruchek and Kubik are very big boys. There's a shot, scores. Not only a big boy, but Daniel Zavanik can fire the ball, and he just blew it past line A there, and I think we're going to see a goaltending change from the Finns. But let's call it like we see it. It's not a goaltending issue here today.
No, it isn't. And having been in these battles, the coaching preparation, the Finns like to break out with their D. If you watch, the Czechs are sending one forechecker to one, another forechecker to the other one on the side, and they've totally dismantled the flow of Finland. This is great coaching. This is great preparation, and this is what you need to win at this level. These teams are that good. And right now, the Czechs are looking very good going into tomorrow.
I believe that was a hat trick for Jaromír Zavanik, as the Czechs once again asking for the game ball. And I think it was a hat trick for that young man. You hear the announcement from the public addressment announcer here at Place Belle.
Scored by number 26 for a
And
hat-trick.
and it definitely was the hat-trick goal confirmed by the public address announcer. Here's a shot right on. Finland's new goaltender into the game. Vilar Kusano into the game. And Kusano has had World Championship experience playing for Team Finland. Finland can't get the ball out. Czech Republic still with their foot firmly on the gas pedal. Robel, he's tied up down low. Battle down low in the corner. Players trying to come away with Team Finland with some numbers. They do come out with the ball, and it's Antti-Liidis. There's a nice pass, and it break out cleanly. 2-on-2 opportunity. Finland player goes way offside there. And you could just see little things like that from Team Finland. Not as cohesion, not much cohesion there, but I got to think, George, that's more to do with what the Czech Republic's doing rather than Finland.
Yeah, they took it out of them. And what about Jan Billy playing with those younger kids? I think it's added something to him.
There's a pass in front of the net. Looking for the stick of Jan Mueller. Mueller trying to fight down low. Andre Prazik goes for the ball. Prazik can't control. Away comes Jani Vatanen for Finland. Vatanen, long pass. That one's not going to find any stick. And that'll go all the way down the floor. Flooring's the call. 9:52 left to go. 6-1, Czech Republic in control.
You got to love the Czech cycle. It's monstrous here in the Napper cage. And they are just dominating down low. Any team that's going to face the Czech Republic is going to have to find a way to stop that cycle. And that's going to be a tough challenge for any defense in this tournament.
Just see ISBHF Executive Director David Torr really rocking out to the music here in between whistles. David is from Kladno, Czech Republic. A couple of players from Kladno on the team, and David looking for the Kladno clap bomb from those guys at this point in the game. He might see it yet. It's 6-1 for the Czechs. In the driver's seat, Robel. Round the defense, and Robel tried the backhand pass, couldn't find it through. And when we say the Czechs won't let off the gas pedal, they're playing it smart, George. You don't see that third forechecker going down low. He stays out high all the time. Really, really smart. And you alluded to already, these guys are well coached.
Yes, they are. And, you know, they're keeping the guy high. They're working two guys down low. And they're playing the game hard right through. They still got 9 miles to go, Steve.
So all the fans back in the Czech Republic, I hope you're watching. I hope you're enjoying this coverage from the 2022 ISBHF Championship. You can reach out to me on Twitter if you like, at StevePowerNL. And we'll get your comments on the air here in this last 8:44. It's our pleasure to be calling this action for you from Place Belle here in Laval. And what else is a pleasure to watch is that one-time shot there. And the fourth goal of the game of Dalibor Vlahovic.
Well, just to show you the depth of this team, World Under-20 star Adam Kubik just made a fantastic play, and he doesn't have a regular shift on this team. It's really unbelievable how strong this Czech team is. Great play off the boards by Kubik, who's just a phenomenal kid.
And Kubik, one of those Kladno players we talked about earlier, and right now it's just going through the motions like a hot knife through butter. And Team Finland looking for the eject button right now. And Finland looked good earlier in the week, George. We can't say Finland are a bad team. They're a good team. They're a quality ball hockey club. It's just today the Czech Republic are just on another level. Zlonik with his fourth of the game and a beauty. Ball goes high. Looked like it might have hit a stanchion up top. Bealey playing with the ball on his stick. And I got to say, Joe, I'm not a fan of that stuff. That's the stuff that might get you in trouble when you're up by a whole lot. It's embarrassing enough to a team to be losing, but no one likes to see that. So Jan Bealey's a veteran player, but I got to question that judgment there. I know you're a bit of an old school guy. If George Gortzos is on the floor watching that, I don't think that happens that easily. 7:37 left to go here. And here's Bealey. Bealey dumps the ball down low. Czech Republic now going to make a line change. Here's Prozik now. Prozik looking for a player up by the blue line. He finds him. Good job there by the Finnish defenseman, taking him out of the play, albeit cleanly, and taking the ball is Mika Hutanen. Errant pass there. Czechs with an opportunity. Czechs coming in again, trying to score. Veenanen, he battles down low. The possession in this game, George, I got to think has been at least 85% Czech Republic.
I think you're right. And one of the things they got to watch for is economy. I'm starting to see the coaches not play Pospisil and Kudela, the older guys, because to win a world championship, you got to manage your physical resources. And again, that's good coaching by a very good coaching staff.
All right, so now as we will see it, the Czechs starting to sit back just a little here. They'll let the Finland team come out, but there's no room in the neutral zone at all. A lot of bodies out there in play for sure. Finland, chance now. Earned pass goes to the corner. Santu Sirikala couldn't hold on to the ball, and away come the Czech Republic. Backhand pass out to the line. Lampy shot. That one goes right through, and I'm pretty sure. I can't see the number of the goalie, George, but do we have a goalie change for the Czech Republic here, or is that still girlish?
I think it is girlish. And just a word about Finland. They are a very important program to the ISBHF, and they've come a long way. And I know that whatever happens in the last 6 minutes, they're going to continue to grow. And they are the best team in Scandinavia in our sport. And that is no doubt.
Finland's definitely the Jon Snow of the ISBHF. They are the king of the north. And major strides by this Finnish program over the last 6 years, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the ISBHF. Some great leadership, great athletes, and they are still, when you look at the evolution of programs and countries in ball hockey, they are still basically infants. So to be doing what they're doing, you got to tip your cap to them.
They're already linked to their Olympic Association. They're run by great people. I wouldn't be surprised to see junior programs and women's teams coming in the next 4 or 5 years. But this country has already been heard from and will continue to be. It's a well-respected ball hockey nation now.
Finland is indeed that. Just not their day today here at Place Bell, as the Czech Republic have come to Canada for one thing and one thing only this year. There's a long pass down the floor. That's going to send a Czech player in on the breakaway. And he goes to the backhand and scores. That's Lucas Lohota, making it 8-1 Czech Republic. The Finns with some of the best pressure they've had in the game, and all of a sudden, one long pass, and whang bang, there it is in the net. All right, back to play again. 5:38 left to go in this final frame. Czechs essentially have punched their ticket to the semifinal. They've got a 2-on-1 here again. Pospisil leads the rush. Couldn't get the pass across. Nice play there by the Finnish defenseman. Can't blame Finland for trying to get a little offense going here. They want to get a good feeling at least. My old friend Tom Watt, George, used to coach the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Winnipeg Jets. And one thing Tom Watt always told me, he said, no matter what, always score the last goal in the game. That you got something to feel good about, whether on the winning side, the losing side. And that's something I took with me. What do you think of that? Scoring the last goal in any game.
I think that's a great thing. Great Tom Watt, who used to coach the UFT Blues to many national championships also. And I went to one of his seminars. Great mentor. So that's a great words.
So from a Jack Adams winner, scored the last goal, and that's something you got to think Finland. You got to take the little victories, and that might be one of them here today. And whoever, I don't know who's going to have to play this Czech Republic team in the semifinal, but I tell you what, I think I'd be more excited about going to the dentist than having to play these guys from what I've seen here today. Because they might be just like the dentist, because they can give you a drilling for sure. 8-1 here right now.
Well, I'm just watching Jan Billy. He's going full force out there. So here's a veteran who's won world championships, and he's still pumping as hard as he can. And, hey, it's not the time to take the foot off the pedal right now. You're in a quarterfinal. You got to keep yourself sharp. And the Czechs are razor sharp right now. When you're behind the bench and your team's going like this, it's a great feeling, let me tell you. And they got to be happy. But they'll go in and get ready for whoever they play, and they will be a tough opponent.
All right, 4:03 left to go here from Place Bell. A great-looking arena. One of the major sponsors of the event, Nepper, have really done a great job dressing this place up. And it looks like, I know the netting is unconventional, but it looks like a ball hockey venue. It really does. It's great signage. All our country's flags that are here participating, prominently displayed for all these players representing their nations with passion and pride, and almost like you, George, at the helm of the ISBHF. You're on your way out. You're at the light is at the end of the tunnel finally, and although we've been there together, my friend, and most times we thought that light was a train, but I want to just take this last few minutes publicly to thank you for everything you've done for the sport of ball hockey for all over the world. I know you're a Canadian at heart, and you got a special spot for Team Canada, but you are a cheerleader for all nations. You want to see everybody do well. Yes, someone has to win, someone's got to lose, but I can't think of any more of a great ambassador for the sport of ball hockey than you.
Well, Steve, thanks a lot, and it goes back your way. I know you're going out of the CBHA, and I thank you what you've done over there. For me, I've learned to appreciate all these nations, and I'm glad that the kids are just playing again after all those years. I'll think about it when it's done, Steve, but thank you for the kind words.
It was a rough start to the week here for sure at the event, but things have come together thanks to you and the work of Elio Pascuzzo and David Torr, the ISBHF. And I'd be remiss not to mention Tony Iannido, the host committee here. I know things have been up and down, but there's been a lot of hard work behind the scenes. It's no easy deal putting off an event coming out of a pandemic. And as we see another Czech Republic goal scored there again, and I'm not sure, that might have been Zvonek again. That was Zvonek again with his fifth of the game. Trying to get the old Rocket Richard trophy here this afternoon. Back to the comment, not easy pulling this event off. I mean, number one, there was no playbook to go to. What do you do after a pandemic? Because the last pandemic was in the 1800s? So, hey, hats off to all involved. Hats off to the players just for getting here and just for being a part of it and representing their nations. Big thank you to Place Bell, their facility, and everyone who had a part of bringing this event together. The best is yet to come, folks. The big games are coming up later today. And if you're in the Montreal Laval area, get out to Place Bell. You're going to see some of the greatest athletes on planet Earth play this game. Isn't that right, George?
For sure. Great venue here in the Napper Hall here, the Napper Cage. One thing now, if I was a Czech coach, I'd say, boys, let's stay out of any fracases. You don't want to get suspended for a big game. I would also tell them to take the ball back and kill time, much like they did at the end of the second period. But fans, there's still a lot of great women's and men's games, and even the B pool is going to be great. So come out and watch great ball hockey.
I'm glad you mentioned the B pool, George. People forget those guys play hard. Like, you want to see some passion, you go look at those guys representing Lebanon and Hong Kong, and wow, those guys, they really play hard, and they want to win, and I don't care if it's A, B, C, double F, whatever it is. A championship's a championship. And if you're a championship, you win a championship, you'll walk with those guys forever. And I tell you what, talk about championship teams. I got to go back to the Czech Republic here again. And I don't mind telling you my bias. I'm Team Canada all the way, but this Czech team looks really, really good. Final word to you, George, and then I'll take it home.
Okay, Steve. Well, I hope everybody comes out. And if you're out, come out and say hi to me. And enjoy this beautiful ball hockey. And hopefully we'll see you here watching these great players from around the world.
So there you have it, folks, right from the lips of the ISBHF president, Mr. George Gortzos. And, folks, he will say hello to you, trust me. You go up and talk to the man. You'll make sure you got a few minutes because you're not getting away anytime soon. George, a very, very approachable gentleman, friendly guy, and maybe the greatest ambassador for the sport of ball hockey on planet Earth in history. 45 seconds left to go. Team Czech Republic in total control. Going to take a 9-1 win into the semifinals. You can be sure whoever their opponent is, if they scouted this game today, they're nervous. This Czech team is ready to play. Hats off to Finland. Long way to come. Had a great tournament. They just ran in to the wrong team on the wrong afternoon for sure. Dying seconds of this one. The Czechs going to go back to the hotel, get some rest, and get ready to go for a semifinal game tomorrow evening here at Place Bell. I'm sure the folks in the Czech Republic will be watching online. For George Gortzos, I'm Steve Power. Thanks for joining us.
Pour la relais, voici la sélection des joueurs du match d'aujourd'hui. Dear crowd, here are now today's best players of the game selections. Pour l'équipe de la Finlande, for Team Finland, le numéro 20, number 20, Jaakko Vuorenmaa. Pour l'équipe de la Tchéquie, for Team Czech Republic, avec 5 buts, with 5 goals, le numéro 26, number 26, Damir Zvonek. Messieurs, veuillez maintenant vous lever et retirer chapeaux et casquettes pour Ladies and gentlemen, please now rise and remove hats and caps for the national anthem of the winning team. L'équipe de la République tchèque, Team Czech Republic. Félicitations aux deux équipes. Congratulations to both teams. Et bonne continuité à l'équipe de la République tchèque. Merci de tout cœur d'avoir été des nôtres. Ne ratez surtout pas la prochaine rencontre à 16h30.